Kat Bombard here, back with you. This is going to be a good one. I am in downtown Jordan with Michele Struble in her gorgeous shop, but I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you about her shop and where we are and what she does here. Michele?
Thank you, Kat. Hi, everybody. I'm Michele. My shop is Every Flower Blooms Unique Gifts. I'm right on Main Street in Jordan on the Four Corners. And I specialize in succulents and cacti in very unique, one-of-a-kind containers. And I also have my recently published book, Every Flower Blooms, and the common thread is uniqueness. And I can tell you a little bit about the book, but I'd rather just give an overview of the shop first. So we have the unique plants, we have the book, we have my husband's handcrafted woodwork, we have walking sticks and wind augers, and then we have a lot of one-of-a-kind, what we'll call gift items, um, books, collectibles, different things that you really have to come in and browse to see. And we have quite a large selection here, and our prices are very reasonable.
Yes, they
And
are.
and we hope that everyone that comes in will smile and say, "Hey, this is perfect for so and so. Fill in the blank. My mother, my aunt, my brother-in-law, or myself."
Yeah.
And that's what we have.
Well, I can say that I arrived here in this shop probably almost 45 minutes ago with the intention of getting right going with the interview so we didn't run into when that it's time to open the shop. And that was 45 minutes ago because I can't stop looking at stuff. There is so much to look at, such cool and unique gifts. I'm trying to take a zillion pictures so I can show you what I'm seeing, but really you have to come here. It took me 30 minutes to drive here from Syracuse. I'm going to do it again the second my mother-in-law gets into town because this place is amazing.
Thank you.
But I have a few questions for Michele so you can get to know her a little bit, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about you, like where you're from, how long you've been here, when did you open the shop?
Well, you can't tell from the accent. I'm born and raised on Long Island, and we moved up to Spafford about 6 years ago. And I was still in a large corporate career that I had been for many, many years. And then when that ended, I took the time to take care of the first item on my bucket list and write my novel. And shortly thereafter came my vision for this shop. And so I started in my home, um, selecting the containers, growing a lot of these plants, and with my husband's help and support in building, my counter space, my shelves, the sign you see behind me. A couple of years later, here we are. So
It's just beautiful. The shop
thank
itself
you.
is gorgeous.
Thank you.
So you mentioned your husband. Tell us about him and what he does.
My husband's name is Chris. He's a carpenter for many years. He's a master carpenter, and he still works in the trade. But we do carry a lot of his unique items that he makes, the wind augers and the walking sticks and some furniture. And down the line, when he's ready to hang up his tool belt, he'll start making some more inventory and everything. But right now, his unique items are available here in the shop, and he's also, like I said, he's made a lot of my structural items. So
That's really cool. They're really cool to look at.
thank you.
Talk to us about the succulents I'm seeing. Like myself, I love to look at them and I love plants, but I struggle. I struggle taking care of them, keeping them alive. Tell everyone what you've already told me about taking care of these plants.
The reason why I chose succulents and then just recently introduced cactus is because you really can't kill them. One of the first things that people say, "Oh, this is beautiful, but I'll kill it," or "I've always killed it," or "I don't have a green thumb," or you can't kill succulents, I tell people, unless you overwater them. And then they say, well, how much should I water? Well, I use the little, ketchup or mustard condiment bottle, and I go around and I squeeze a few drops once a week. That's it. And that's the succulents. The cactus can go weeks on end without anything. And, then people perk up and they say, oh, I think that's why I didn't do well because I overwatered and what have you. But not everything here is a unique type of succulent. I don't profess to know the scientific names of everything. I just know that they do well, whether they're in my bright sunny window or in the other room that gets just the fluorescent light. So it kind of reflects your home where you have different light here, different light there. Bottom line, you cannot kill these. And I tell people if something goes wrong or they look sad or whatever, come back and show me and we'll figure it out. But these are the easiest types of plants to maintain, and they're very, they're very aesthetically pleasing. So I encourage people to get rid of that I don't have a green thumb mentality.
You are
And
speaking my language with
yeah,
that, girl.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Tell me a little bit about, as I was looking through your shop, we were looking at all of the succulents and all of the super unique and cool vases and jars and things that you put them in. But then there were also some things that I did not photograph, the one of a kind items. Talk to me a little bit about your one of a kind items that you at home, you're going to have to come in if you want to see them because they truly are one of a kind.
So I have, if I can just give like large categories, I have some books, not the one that I've written, but I have some other books that are signed. I have, some antiques, camera, a lot of different things that I don't want to snapshot and publicize, only because if someone really wants that item and dawdles or what have you, they'll be disappointed if they come in and it's in other words, I'm not running like an antique shop or a consignment shop or a yard sale or what have you. So I like things to be a little bit of a surprise. So it's an enticement. So if I sit here now and say to you, if you make your Christmas list, you can probably take care of everybody on that Christmas list. You can. I've had,
I could
you
easily in
can.
here.
So it's a surprise. It's, come in and see. Because if it's not going to be the plants and everything else, you're going to see that one item. And, I'll quote my mother, God bless her. If you were looking for it, you'd never find it. It's those types of things that you're going to say, oh, I have to have this, or so-and-so has to have this. And you grab it because you know what? There's only one.
That's really, really cool. That's part of the fun of this
Exactly,
shop.
exactly.
So now you are a shop only. You don't do online. This stuff I would imagine is impossible to ship. Let me ask you, it's well worth anyone making the drive, whether you're local or a distance, to come and look at your unique items. They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Someone came in and they had something specific in mind, or maybe they saw something but they wanted a different color scheme, or maybe they even had their own container that they wanted you to design, is that something you would entertain?
Most certainly. I've done a few already, and one that I've posted online prompted somebody else to say, oh, hey, I like that. And they brought in their container, very unique. With the person's permission, of course, I do post them on my Facebook page so you can see the types of things. But again, if you're looking for that custom order, yours is going to obviously be different. One of my favorite for sentimental reasons was a dog dish from a deceased
Oh,
pop, and she had wanted succulents in there so that she could display it, and and that really touched my heart. And things like that. If you look around your home and you say, hey, this is you know grandma's dish has been
oh,
sitting here
that's
for
so
20
cool.
years, maybe we can add some life to it, or whatever.
That brings a whole new idea to your shop because everyone has something like that, something sentimental that you could really put on display just by bringing it to Michelle.
Well, we're all about uniqueness. So I mentioned my book, Every Flower Blooms. The name of my shop is Every Flower Blooms. It's not Every Flower Blooms in its own time and blah, blah. No qualifier. Everybody blooms.
I love that.
Doesn't matter what age. The book itself is about a young girl, Leah. She starts off at 14. The book takes you through about 10 years of her life and all of her relationships. And it's set in the 80s, but it's as relevant today as it was back then. Any issue you can think of is probably dealt with, back then. Kids are kids, teenagers are teenagers, but everybody is unique and her relationships are unique. The section when she starts dating and all of that, it's fun. You'll laugh, you'll cry. It's that kind of book that you wish was a movie. So do I. But it's all about uniqueness. The same thing with the shop. If you see something, it's almost guaranteed that there's only going to be one of them, so grab it. And it's probably also guaranteed that I'm not going to be able to find that container again because I shop in so many different places. Um, the same thing with the gifts, everything is about unique and what works for you. And hopefully, if you're coming in with, that in mind, you'll agree by the time you browse through the shop.
Yeah, I agree with everything you've said wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Going back to your book a little bit, I find it so interesting, and I'm going to put a picture up on your book. Is Leah a fictional, completely fictional character, or is she inspired by yourself or others that you know, or maybe an assortment of people you know?
Well, the characters are all fiction, but as an author, you grab from personal experience. You grab bits and pieces, maybe of character traits of people that you know, or what have you. But the book originally started off with the title of Late Bloomer because that's what everybody chose to label me. And after a while, you question that and you say, well, late as compared to what?
Yeah,
So I took a while, but I realized I'm not late. There was no, partying now. It's like
I
I'm
love
not
that.
late.
That's so cool
I'm
and
unique.
so
I'm
true.
blooming, and you know what? No matter how old you are, you're still blooming. You're going to bloom every single day. There's no early, late, indifferent. And the reason why the book is not called Late Bloomer is because finally it dawned on me. I'm like, well, if I hate that label so much, why would I perpetuate it
I love it.
and label my character that? So I tossed that
I love
out,
it.
and then that became the inspiration for the name of my shop and my brand, and just being unique and being yourself, and
You are
you don't
unique.
have to label me. You don't.
I love it. I love it. Do you plan, or would you like to write another book? Is that in your future goals?
Well, I think I mentioned the book was my first bucket list item. It was a huge learning experience for
Mm-hmm.
me, and I have been asked that question before, and I will entertain it, but I'm not as passionate right now about it.
Got you.
And writing is something that you have to enjoy doing,
Mm-hmm.
or it won't happen. It'll
Right.
become a drudgery, and you know So
And that would
I
probably come through.
I'll leave that alone and
Yeah.
say I just don't know right now.
Because your passion clearly is here,
Well,
right?
yeah,
It's your shop.
this
It's
is my
designing and creating and
this has been my passion, my dream, a very, 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 very long term dream, and then turned into a goal for me. So
well,
this
every
is it.
piece I look at, every piece on display is a testament to this is your passion because they're just gorgeous and they're
Thank you.
unique and you express every taste I can imagine. Not I. You must really go outside of your own personal
Most certainly.
box because
Yes.
I see so many different designs and flavors and tastes. You could appeal to everyone's taste in this shop. It's very, I would imagine it's very difficult to do. You must be very imaginative.
I just try to keep an open mind.
Yeah.
I do, and the types of places where I'm finding these containers can be an antique shop, can be a barn sale, can be a local garage sale. But I just try to keep an eye towards, what would somebody somewhere like. And then the other thing I try to do for the seasons is I try to keep an eye toward, the fall season, upcoming holidays, things
I
like that.
saw a little sneak preview, which I'm not going to post, of some of your holiday season succulents, and they are fantastic.
Thank you.
You got to come in to see those because I did not photograph those, but they are really something so fun.
Thank you.
So tell everyone how to find you, the address of this beautiful shop, how to find you on Facebook, your contact phone number if they have questions, and your hours. That's probably pretty important. Share everyone, how do they find you? How do they get in here and get these items?
Okay, so I'm in Jordan, 1 North Main Street on the Four Corners. I'm at the corner shop, and I'm open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That may change come the winter post-holiday time, but that has been my hours thus far. And someone asked me, I'm not open Thanksgiving Day, but will be for Black Friday and especially for small business Saturday. So I'm a very big supporter of local small businesses, and I promote whenever I can. So um, that's going to be an important day here. And every day I post on Facebook just to keep current, just to keep in your mind. Sometimes the topics are, pertinent to the shop. Sometimes we're just celebrating, a silly holiday that someone decided to call a national holiday. But I always like to stay in your mind daily, and post some pictures here or there so you can see the types of things that we have. And when my hours or what have you may need to change, or if there's inclement weather or whatever, I do post every day on Facebook. So that would be the most current place. I don't do a lot of telephone activity, but if you needed to get hold of me, you're calling me personally, Michelle.
Well, we can leave that. I can put your Facebook page, right?
Yeah, everything is there. I
Yeah.
mean, and I have I also have a postcard that floats around. I have them in different businesses and everything. That is a snapshot of what we have available, and it's also a 20% off of any succulent.
Oh, say that
coupon.
Again. Say that again.
20% off of any succulent on a coupon. And just between us, I tend to give the 20% off on the succulent. People get surprised because I don't have a lot of signs all over the place saying it, but my thought is if you're not picking up this postcard somewhere, it's not fair to you. So I give the same 20% off. And I also have a small table of some half price clearance items. And Kat had asked me, she said, well, why are these, there's nothing wrong with them except that the containers might be a little dated. So it might look like a summer, arrangement or whatever. There's nothing wrong with the plant. So if you're a plant person, or you want to bring me in something else, or we want to replant or whatever, you're getting it for half price. So there's a small selection of those too. But
They're gorgeous.
yeah, thank you. My prices, I've done a lot of research before opening the store as a new business owner, and I don't see prices like this
I have never
anywhere.
seen prices like this,
So,
ever. Never, ever.
If you're paying more than this, you're paying too much. I'll just be honest with you. And it's not the florist type atmosphere here. I don't have that type of overhead. I don't deliver, etc. So while things are priced quite higher there, I understand that, but that's not my business. So I don't usually go crazy promoting my prices, but in today's world, sometimes you have to throw that
It's
in a
worth
little bit.
mentioning.
Yeah.
And I'm taking pictures with some of your prices posted because really it's shocking how low you are. You're very competitive. Anyone would be surprised and delighted, to be honest with you, delighted to come visit this shop and look at the selection and the low prices and talk to you because you're so warm and interesting. This has been one of my favorite interviews. I love it here. Do you have anything else that you want to share with our audience?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. I enjoy, I'm a business owner just like everyone else, but I also enjoy the people that come in to browse. I've learned so much about people. I've learned so much about the history of this area. People are very interesting, and people are, you can't say the word unique too many times. Everybody is unique, and I enjoy people that stop in to chat or what have you. So we're here, and this is a very outdoor friendly, walkable type area. I've met so many people walking the neighborhood, so many people on bicycles. Stop in is what I'm trying to say. Stop in, say hi, introduce yourself, and if you find something you like, well, that's a bonus, right?
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Thank
the shop
you.
is wonderful. I've enjoyed my time here so much. I appreciate you letting me in and talking to us. And I wish you so much luck.
Thank you so much.
This is just a great shop. Please come visit the shop. You will not be sorry.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Kat.
you, Michelle.
And thank you, everybody. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks for watching. And again, come see the shop. This is amazing and beautiful.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.